it is no longer the case because we appear, at least the appearance of intermeddling with the internal affairs of our other countries and especially our neighbors is hurting our image. So, Honorable Speaker, after that vote was taken, I have seen a lot of submissions and people talking and saying, oh, there were Kenyans who are unpatriotic. But I want to remind Kenyans that we are a very divisive society. We have to come to accept, in fact, Honorable Speaker, as a political leader in this country, we have held the position that you must allow people to criticize you. You must allow people to insult you because, as you know, you are a lawyer like myself, Honorable Speaker, the High Court, our own High Court, has ruled that the freedom of expression extends to insults. That there is no requirement, and Senior Counsel is here, he can tell us, there is no constitutional imperative that when somebody speaks to you, they are nice to you. There is nothing like that. The protections or the limits to which the freedom of speech can reach are only the ones set out under the Constitution, and they don't extend to those things. So, Honorable Speaker, there is this debate about patriotism, and I've asked myself, what is this thing called patriotism? Honorable Speaker, we live in the city here, and in Nairobi we have one simple rule. If you love me, I will love you back. But if you do not show me love, there is no way you can expect commensurate affection from me. It is that simple. You love the people and the things that love you back. Honorable Speaker, when you speak to many of the young people, they feel that this country does not love them. From the day that you are born, Honorable Speaker, look at the situation in our maternities. Look at the situation in hospitals like Mama Lucy. The country, because of our failures to provide proper health care, is actively trying to kill you from the day that you are born. That is the situation we are born into. If you compare to other countries, Honorable Speaker, and we have traveled the country, the world, and we have seen, from the days that you are born, the way the country takes care of you, the sort of maternal health care that you are given, the sort of nutrition that you are given, you can see a country trying its best to make you survive, not a country actively coming after your life. Honorable Speaker, we go to places and we see education is free from primary school to the university. The country is actively trying to mold you into a proper citizen for the benefit of the country. It is very easy to love a country like that. But what is the situation in Nairobi? What is the situation in Kenya? Honorable Speaker, we have not done enough to make people feel like they belong to this country and that this country works for them. You cannot therefore fault people when they express anger against their own country. You cannot fault people. Patriotism, in fact, is defined not as loving your government, but loving your country. And when things are wrong, Honorable Speaker, we have a right to say that they are wrong. The politics of Kenya is very divisive. You know, people here pontificate as if the result had been different, Honorable Speaker. Can we honestly all guarantee that there would have been restraint on all of us, that we would not have over-celebrated to the annoyance of those who don't believe in our quest? Nobody can give you that guarantee. People are allowed to celebrate or to cry or to whatever, express themselves as much as they wanted. But I know Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is the most insulted political leader in Kenya. Every single day you wake up, he's trending on Twitter, he's trending on Facebook, he's a headline in at least 3 newspapers per week. He doesn't appear to be fazed by any of those things because he understands you have to have a thick skin as a political leader in this space. If you put yourself out in the public, you can expect people to be insulted. To insult you. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, there are people who want to use this so-called celebration in Nyeri. And when I watched that clip, Honorable Speaker, it was 2 Mama Mbogas at a market in Karatina. And when people speak about it, you can think the entire region of Mount Kenya. And in fact, the most annoying and saddest thing was attempts by leaders, some in very senior positions in parliament, trying to extrapolate and make it look like it is the people of a mountain celebrating Raila's loss. Honorable Speaker, these are the things that bring division in our country. As SG of ODM, I am aware that for the first time in the last election, Raila Odinga got over 1 million votes in the election. You cannot tell me that those 1 million people who are in Mount Kenya can be dumped or lumped into those who do not support the politics of Raila Odinga. These are the things we must do. We must speak in a way that ensures we remain cohesive as a society and we don't marginalize anyone. Honorable Speaker, I want to conclude by speaking to the speculation. There's people who want to put words into Raila's mouth. Honorable Speaker, when Baba, Raila Odinga, wanted to run for the elections in 2022, he called a major rally, and I was present at that rally at Kasarani. He announced it himself that I would want to seek the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. When he wanted to run for this AUC position, Honorable Speaker, he himself called a press conference. I remember only seeing the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, there at that press conference. He told us with his own mouth that this is what he wants to do. Honorable Speaker, therefore, when Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. These people who have abrogated themselves the role of speaking for Raila Odinga and telling him, oh, we will look for a space to accommodate you. Baba has many, many roles. He's a party leader of ODM. He's a leader of opposition. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a grandfather. He is not idle. Baba is not idle. He has things to do. So please, these people, I have seen even some colleagues from this Senate coming up and proposing ridiculous things like amending a constitution just to look for a position for Raila. What do you mean? In fact, as the father of this constitution, it insults Raila greatly if you can stand up and say you are going to amend a constitution just to look for a seat for him. That is not what he fought for. That is not why he fought for this constitution, Honorable Speaker. And the leader of the country today is the one during the campaigns who told us that for a change, we must stop looking for positions for leaders. Let us start with the Mamamboga. Let us start with the Boda person. Let us start with other people, because all this time we have been talking about leaders. I want to say without fear of contradiction that if Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. Yes. All these people running around and saying, oh, we will look for this, we will look for that. How do you know? He's not interested. Has he told you he's interested? It doesn't matter how much time you give Ojienda and Aladwa. They will never persuade me that that Ruto is good for the country. In fact, time is up. There is very little that Ruto can do in the intervening period to save his presidency. And he knows it. That is why his allies are speaking the way that he does. That is why he is insulting the public and telling them off every turn he gets. Told us that he has a PhD and nobody should lecture him on anything. I've never seen a PhD who hangs out with class 2 dropouts, because what you do then is that you reduce the average intelligence to at least class 8. If you are just surrounded by, they say birds of a feather flock together. How are you a PhD hanging out with Sudi? That cannot be true. So we want to tell him we might not have PhDs, but we know how we feel about our country and where the country needs to be. And we will say these things, Trevor. Nobody will scare us. Nobody will threaten us. As I've told you, there is nothing that I have today that you can take away from me that will result in me dying or something. No. For as long as you don't cut off my head, it doesn't matter. I will speak the truth as I see it. And I will say the things that I have to say, because these are the things that people are telling me to say. I don't represent myself. I represent over 2.5 million voters here in Nairobi. I don't know how many judges Ekuru represents on this show. Because his stronghold is the Court of Appeal.
Gentlemen, thank you for making time.
No, that's your goal.
Sifuna, you are saying that William Ruto is hanging out with standard 2 dropouts. Let me ask you a question. Our fathers, are they university? Are they graduates? Number 2, can you compare me with you, Sifuna? You know, my IQ and your IQ, it is not even a quarter. So, look for somebody you can compare yourself with, or you can compare William Ruto with, but not me. I'm in another class. Not because I'm bragging, but you can ask my history. You don't have even a quarter of my knowledge. So don't be stupid. Don't talk like a kid. Oh, you know, every day you've been. You insult this one, you rubbish the other one. Oh, you know. So can you go and ask people or ask your friends if. And I ask them to tell you the truth. They will tell you the truth that you are nothing. And you don't reason like even a standard 4, Form 4 dropout. Leave alone standard 2. Because, my friend, it is not about school. It's about skills. It's not about PhD. It's about calculation. So long as you can speak, you can think, you can see, you can smell, I don't think you have both of those things. You're just a coward, a stupid man.